Hi, welcome to this Z-fold spinning circle card tutorial. Today I'll be showing how to make this Z-fold shape on this card. Using the 4th and 5th one in of the Spellbinders Grand Squares dies, create 3 frames from white card. Then using the largest square, create a background and another white square blank. This you'll use to make the lattice. I've used the Spellbinders fancy lattice to cut this design. Just line it up to the existing cut pieces to create an extended version. Then run it through your caliber machine. Here you can see all the pieces for the main card. Using the A2 Curved Borders 1, cut out 2 white pieces of card. You can see it's got a stitch detail along the edge. Then take the standard nesting circles, large and small, and take the 3 largest circles. Cut 3 frames from the 2 largest circles, and then 2 circle blanks from the smallest circle. You then need to cut some leaves using the Foliage 2 set. Take your lattice and fold in half, making sure that you line up the grid pattern on both sides. As you can see, it forms this piece here. Then take one of the large square white frames and adhere to the front of the lattice, making sure that the fold is in the centre of the square. Only glue one side of the lattice down because you'll still need to be able to open it up. Then take the middle size circle from the standard and small nesting circles and cut a semicircle out of the centre of the lattice. Once you have done this, you can then dispose of the waste from the centre. We can now add the circular frame. Take one of the circle frames and adhere to the front of the lattice, making sure again that you only stick it to one side, as can be seen here. Then take a further square frame and attach to the back piece of the lattice. Again, make sure that you're only sticking it down to one side of the lattice so that it will still open. So you can see here we've still got this Z-fold shape. Fold back the square so that it gives you more of a hinged effect. You can now take another circle frame and place it on the back part of the lattice. Again, making sure that it only adheres to one side of the lattice frame. We now have one final side that requires a square frame to go over it. But before we do this last piece, we need to put a piece of wire down the centre of the lattice. Measure to size and cut with wire pliers. And glue into place along the hinge. You can now place the final frame over the top, again making sure that it only adheres to one side of the lattice. Crease back to make sure that it folds back into the Z shape as required. You can now place the final circle around the open piece that is left remaining. Once you've done this, just fold back again so that all the crease lines are in place. Taking the curved border, measure the pieces to go either side of the circle and then stitch with green thread along the dotted line, as you can see close up here. You can then glue this into place on the front on either side and place another piece on the back to cover up any workings. Again, fold and bend so that it will crease easily. You're now ready to attach it to your card base. Take the side nearest the card base and just fold under on one side. This will create your hinge for the card. Glue this into place. Here you can see the Z shape coming into being. Now take your two circles and glue either side of the wire and place them together. This will form the spinning circle. Do not glue the actual wire itself because you want the actual circle to be able to rotate. As you can see here, the circle rotates and it opens in a Z-fold fashion. You're then ready to put your stamped centerpiece on the card and finish off embellishing with pearls and leaves. Here's an example of the finished card with a sentiment stamped on the back. Thank you for watching. For a full list of materials used in a photo tutorial on how to create the central image panel, please visit my blog at candronicocardcraft.blogspot.co.uk.